Hey everyone, welcome to the RV Living Show. I'm Luann Street and I'm back after a hiatus. If you haven't ever joined me before, or if you had joined me before, you joined me with my husband Brian, and now I am solo. So we're going to dive into that a little bit tonight, but I just wanted to let you know that, as I do this live show, the topic today is when your RV life takes a detour and what to do about it. I had to learn the things that happened in my RV life, and I had to learn to navigate that. And looking back, I have some tips for you that I would like you to take to heart and really start to think about how you can react in a time that something happens to you when you're on the road. So I'm going to jump over to the comments and see who's live with me. At the end of the show, we can talk about this topic and we can dive into it a little bit more. So let me know where you're from and what's going on in your life right now, and where you're watching from. Uh, Renette says, welcome back. Yes, thank you so much for being here for me tonight. It's been a difficult 6 months, but I'm ready to get back in the saddle and start talking about RV life once again. So let's get started on our topic as people come in. This is a serious topic. I mean, I haven't got my tissues here because talking about this for me is very personal. Um, what has happened to me is something that I don't wish on anyone, but it does happen and it has happened. And I just want you guys to be better prepared for not just this, but there are other things that happen in our lives that are detours, right? I mean, some of the detours that you're going to encounter could be sickness, hospitalization, injury. You could break down. You're going to need repairs. Whether you're full time or part time, this applies to everybody who is actually in their RV traveling at any given point in time. And how we prepare for the things that could happen can make or break our trip, our life, and all the things that go along with that. So, as we talk about things that are going to happen, I think the best line of defense, of course, we can't expect to know everything that's going to happen. We can't be prepared for every scenario. It just doesn't work that way. But I do want to talk about what you can do to be prepared. And so the most important thing that you can do to be prepared is to have a place where you keep and know what you have at your disposal that are your benefits for helping you out when things happen. So for instance, like if you break down, you're going to want to know your roadside assistance, right? So we're going to start with the small stuff. You're going to want to know your roadside assistance. You're going to want to know what the numbers are, the number to call, so that you're not striving everywhere looking for something when you're stressed out. So that's just something that you want to have at your fingertips. Looking back at what happened to me, and we're going to talk about that a little bit. I wish I had that a little more complete. I had some things in my phone. I had some papers. I don't ever recommend really papers when you're RVing, but sometimes that's necessary. But you want to have the things at your disposal that you're going to need. So let's talk next about roadside assistance. The next thing is going to be if you have to have repairs, you're going to want to know your warranty information, whether you bought it new and you've got manufacturer's warranty, or if you have that extended warranty, you want that information. The next thing is if you get sick while you're on the road, what does your insurance cover? What do you have for insurance? Is it nationwide? If you're part-time and you haven't talked to your agent or your insurance to know that you're able to get health care in a different state, that's something you really want to be aware of. You want to know how to navigate that, because as you travel around, you may need health care somewhere else. The other is hospitalization. And that kind of goes along with knowing your health care stuff. So I also want to encourage you, because the absolute worst happened to me, right? We got COVID. We were in Virginia, and we both went into the hospital in ICU. I came out he did not. So thinking about this in hindsight, having a little bit of a preparedness plan for that great unknown can go a long way. Talk to your spouse, your travel partner, about what you should do in a situation like this. Having your stuff all together and knowing what your benefits are. You know, so many of us have memberships that we have no idea that we have hidden things in these memberships that can help us out in a situation that you are going to encounter when you're on the road. FMCA, for instance, has a travel assist program for everything but COVID. So, but if you get sick in another state and you have to be hospitalized, or you fall and break your leg or your wrist and you have to be, you can't drive, this FMCA Assist program can help you get your RV where you need to go, help get you where you need to go with a spouse that has to be transported. So it's a really neat program, and there is a video on the FMCA website about the Travel Assist, and it comes with your membership. So if you already have FMCA, you have this backup. But the caveat is, if you don't know that you're supposed to call when something happens, of course, after you call 911, after you get medical help and are stable, you're going to want to call this number so that you have the benefits at your disposal and be able to figure things out. So in my situation, we had family that was able to come to the rescue. Thank God for wonderful children. And, you know, they were rock stars. It was amazing. They did so many things for us. They came and got the RV when we were in the hospital. They drove it back and parked it because they knew that we were going to have to recover somewhere. And they took care of so many things. And so I just want to encourage you that when things happen in your RV life, you know, they're setbacks, they're detours. I named it Detour on purpose because there, as we drive down the road, you're going to encounter a detour on a road that takes you somewhere that you didn't anticipate. And so whether that is sickness, hospitalization, and you can help me out here in the comments, right? You can, what are some other RV detours that we might encounter? Even thinking back to, like, if you're trying to go full-time, you're going to encounter things that are going to be obstacles in your way. And then you have to figure out, you know, is this really what I want to do? And am I going to try to overcome this? So I want to talk to you about, you know, doing a scenario prep for even some of the minor things. Talk to your spouse, figure it out. What would you do? Like in my case, I probably would, if Brian had just been hospitalized, I wasn't completely confident driving the RV by myself. So I would still need some help in that. So talking about what you should do in those scenarios, what to take advantage of in your memberships. There are other memberships that we have that, you know, you need to really take a deep look and see if you have some benefits that if something happens to you, whether it's breaking down or needing travel assist, needing your RV moved, needing a place to stay because your RV is being repaired. You know, there are benefits with our memberships out there. So, you know, take a look at your cards, look at the website, maybe be more familiar with that. And then I suggest creating an all-in-one place, whether it's digital in a folder on your phone, or whether it's a file folder in your RV or a notebook where you've put everything in it. You have your pieces of information written out so that you don't have to go digging and looking. You need your VIN number for repairs. You need just your tag number for certain situations. Put everything in one place so that when something happens and you're stressed, you don't have to go looking for those things. So the next thing I want to talk about is when something does happen. And I kind of laughed when I wrote this because, I mean, how do you keep a good attitude when your husband's dying in the next room? And I don't mean to be morbid, but this is real life. This is what happened. And, you know, as I navigate through the grief and the loss of what has happened to me, I realized that a good attitude, in spite of grieving, I mean, I don't look like this every day. I don't hold it together every moment. It has been 6 months. I have as you can see from my background, I'm in a home right now. I am not full-time. This was something that I felt I needed to do to be stable, and to kind of rebuild and rethink and reorganize what I wanted for myself. And this was what I chose to do. And I did sell our bigger rig, because I knew that while I could learn to drive it, I knew I could. I probably wasn't as comfortable with the size as I would handling it alone. There is a lot to be said about having a partner with you. And I know there's a lot of solo RVers out there, a lot of solo men and women who rock this thing in bigger rigs. And I admire you. I did not make that choice, but I did make a choice. I bought a leisure travel van, and I am actually going to start using that. And a lot of the upcoming content is going to be about me figuring out, here I am, right? I was a part-timer doing nights and weekends, a free timer on our free time when we were working. And then we went full-time. And now I'm back to starting over. I am now a free timer for a little while until I get my legs under my feet, until I learn how to use my RV, until I learn to pack it. I mean, everything that was in my other rig, some of the storage stuff doesn't fit, so I have to go through that process and start thinking about that. And I'm going to take you on that journey with me. We're going to do some videos inside my RV. I'm going to talk a lot about getting comfortable with it and navigating now a solo RV life. I have some plans coming up. I am going to rebrand this Where the Streets Wander, since we are no longer Where the Streets Wander. I'm rebranding into Design Your RV Life. If you look up in the corner, you can see I have my new logo. The website is not transferred over yet. The content is still going to be there. You're still going to be able to, if you liked the information that we had, and you want to rewatch videos of Brian and I, that will all be on that website when it's redesigned. But it's going to be new and fresh, and because this really is about designing, the RV life that you want and you love. And so let's go back to, keeping a good attitude. As you process through things that happen to you, I mean, even a blowout of a tire, which could be totally detrimental. I mean, that's a horrible thing to happen. It's ruined your RV, but through it all, you're going to grieve. You're going to grieve if you scratch your RV, maybe not to the point of losing a partner, but those emotions and that stress comes out with it. So but if you keep a good attitude and you do your best to navigate it with a good attitude, and, one filled with hope that this is not the end, that there is, room to be able to change and grow and come out better and stronger on the other side, and realize what's important. And the last one, and I was supposed to be putting these up there for you, keep a good attitude. But the last thing I want to talk about is never give up. I'm telling you, I never want you to give up. When your RV life hits a detour and you have something, you've wanted to do this, whether it's full-time or part-time, taking extended trips, you've wanted to do this for a reason. And just because you hit a snag, or a debilitating, grief-stricken hiatus, you have to, not give up on your dream. And I had to make that decision. I had to look carefully at my life and realize, we did it for a reason. And I'm telling you right now, I am so grateful that Brian and I had this time together. We did our full-time life before we were retired. If we had waited on our original plan, we would not be RVing together. We would not have those memories. Sorry, I'm going to cry. But anyway, we wouldn't. And I want to tell you, life is short. Do not wait. Do not wait. If you want to buy an RV and travel part-time, if you want to go full-time, go all in. You just never know what opportunity awaits you. And then navigate these circumstances that create the detours in your life with a good attitude and never give up. So that's kind of really what I wanted to talk about today. I know the outpouring of people who've reached out to me, the love I felt from our community and Stop Wandering and Start RVing, the people who are part of my membership and who buy our travel planner is it just humbles me. It humbles me that people are so kind and so loving and so caring, and so many people have prayed for me. And I just want you to know that I read every comment. I didn't respond to every comment because I just didn't have the bandwidth, but I want you to know that I have read everything, and I appreciate every email, every comment, anybody reaching out to me. It has meant the world to me. And of course, those prayers, they such make a difference when you're struggling and you're going through things. And that's what community's for. So sorry, let me wipe that away. Okay, so we're going to dive into the comments and see who's here live with me tonight. Okay, so Lily and Jeanette are here, and Mary says, good for you, Luann. He'll be riding shotgun every mile with me. I know, and that was part of my decision. I don't think he would want me to give up and just go, well, I really don't want to deal with the sewer hose. I'm going all in. I have emptied my black tank once so far. And, if looking back, and maybe some of you women may be a little offended that I feel this way, but I was the RV princess. I took care of the inside. I decorated and I organized, and he did all the outside stuff. So the rude awakening, moving into this house, I have hardly had to use a screwdriver because he was so handy. So, knowing those types of things in your life, getting you started again, and, learning new things, it's uncomfortable. Hanging my own pictures on the wall. As you can see, my map's not hung. I have to work on that whole where things are and in the wall and making them straight. So anyway, I just want you to know that I so appreciate all these great comments that are coming through. Oh, man. Oh, Mary says she loves our travel planner. Thank you. Thank you. In fact, I have mine out. I actually have reservations for 4 trips that I'm taking this year. So I'm pretty excited about that, getting used to my new rig and getting out there and seeing what it's like to be solo. So, oh, Karen says always here to support me. Thank you. Hugs. Someone else is, Renette, she loves our planner. She's had used it for a trip to Tucson, which begins tomorrow. That's awesome. That's so awesome. If you're interested in the travel planner, you can go to rvtravelplanner.com, and we went undated with it. I don't know if you have, if you knew that or not. If you haven't followed us really closely, last June we went undated with it so that you can use it anytime, you can start anytime, and it really does help you plan your travels more easily. Oh, thank you guys, Bruce and Lisa and Brad and Barbara. Oh, so nice. Oh, somebody's waiting for their planner. Yes. Thank you, Lola. Yes. Thank you so much, guys. Oh, man. Yes, I will hold tight to the memories. I do. And honestly, it's really, when I think back, and what stirs me to tears the most is thinking of all the great places we've been. And then if I go back there, what is that going to do to me? So anyway. Oh, Lola says, actually, the streets still wander wherever you go. I like the name of your new channel. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, you guys are awesome. Somebody said they love my travel van. Yes, I love my leisure travel van. It's small and it's perfect just for me. And it really is something that Brian and I actually looked at one, and if we had not been working from the RV for hours at a time, we might have gone full time in it. And I know people who are full time in it, but it is only 25 feet. Okay, someone says, realize I need to share some of our information on memberships with our adult kids. Yes, that's a great point. Whoever said that. If you're watching from the group, Stop Wondering and Start RVing, if you didn't give StreamYard permission, I can't see who you are, but that is a great idea. So yes, make sure that your family has information on what they can access for you. Because in my situation, yes, I did have FMCA. I did not even think about the travel assist program. But my kids could have done that because they were managing things for us. So that is an awesome idea. Yes. Yep. No, 100%. I love that. That is a great tip. Even for pets, yes, have a plan. Emergency, you're right. That is, see, currently I don't have a dog. We did have one, but you're right. A plan for pets for emergencies. What you need, you may have pet insurance. You need to know where that you can take your dog to take advantage of that, and which situations that works well in. No, you're right. Definitely both people need to know how to do everything. And we were in the process of doing that. And, hindsight's 2020. So I'm just here to tell you, don't do as I did, but think about these things, these tips that I'm giving you. And Daniel says, what are the best memberships? Well, hands down right now, I'm all about FMCA because of this travel assistance program, and they have roadside assistance, and they have a tire program. Now, FMCA doesn't have a lot of camping that goes with it. So you're going to need another camping one if you want something like Passport America or Good Sam, those types of things. Inside our travel membership, we actually talk at great length about all the memberships and what you can get out of them. If you're ever interested in joining that, I'll be putting out a link in the next couple of weeks and opening up enrollment to our membership. So that's a really cool way of getting more information about travel. Fires, accidents, weather damage on the RV. Yeah, right. Those are great things to think about and what you would do in those situations. And someone says, live life now because you never know. Yes. Joanne says she's watching from West Texas on our way back to California. They've been gone since the end of December. Well, congratulations. I know you were really close to going full time the last time we chatted. And that's so exciting. It is so exciting when you adventure off on that. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Truman says he's spending the winter in Yuma. You'll have to let us know how that is. I haven't been to Arizona yet. If you kind of look at my map back, whoops, I'm going the wrong way. My map back there, we kind of stayed east because of my job. But, I have plans going west. So I'm going to fill out that map, and I'm going to use different color little pins to map where I'm going. All right. Let me keep going through here and see. Thank you. Everyone says welcome back. Awesome. Thank you. And someone, Kathy says she's watching from North Carolina, planning my first 2022 camping trip. Awesome. Yes. Kathy, I think you messaged me. So I need to get back to you. I'm sorry. I've had a lot going on. So, oh, great. Central Florida. Awesome. Yeah, I'm from Sebring. I graduated from Sebring High School. I don't know if you're anywhere near Sebring right now. Going full-time May 1st. Congratulations. That's so close. Very cool. All right. So I have some things coming up that are planned. I'm going to try to go live every Monday night. I still am working a full-time job that I took as an interim thing to kind of stabilize me. That is going to be going away probably in the next month or two. And so I'm balancing both this platform and my job. So be patient with me if I don't get back to you right away, or if I don't come live one night, it just might be something that I can't do. But I would love to hear from you. I would love to hear what you're interested in knowing about, what you want to know about, learn about, something that you've watched all of YouTube and you just haven't figured out yet. If I can do it, we'll do it. But I would love to hear your feedback and your suggestions. In fact, in our Stop Wondering and Start RVing Facebook group, and that's what it's called. If you want to join it, it's free. You can just jump in there. You have to answer the membership questions. But in that group, those of you who are watching from that group, we are going to start doing campfire chats. And I have a whole lineup of topics that we're just going to get in a Zoom room and talk about, and encourage each other and share stuff with each other. So, and when you come into that, we're our first one, and I don't have a date yet. It'll be in the next couple weeks. We're going to do one where we're brainstorming what we want to talk about and what we want to do moving forward. So thank you for being with me tonight. Let me scroll down and get the rest of these comments. Oh, somebody's sorry. I was reading. Somebody says, "Oh, Diane. Yeah, Diane had a car accident. I know, that's terrible." Okay. So yeah, jump in that group. Just Google it and Google it, Facebook it. Stop Wondering, Start RVing. Answer the questions. We'll let you in, and you can be part of that community. And coming up next week, I don't have a topic yet. So if you hit me up, let me know what you want to know about, and maybe I'll make a show out of it. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. You have no idea how this blesses me, as many people who just showed up for me live. And those of you who are watching on the replay, thank you, thank you, thank you. And when you do watch this replay, hit #replay in the comments and let me know that you were watching. It means the world to me to support people who have a dream, have bucket lists, want to make their dream a reality, and see this wonderful world that God created for us. So you guys be blessed. Have a great week, and we'll see you back next week, Monday night, 7 o'clock. In our Facebook and on our YouTube channel. And it's going to be really hard for me. I'm going to say hour for a very long time. Mine. I'll see you guys. Have a blessed night.